Something strange happened in my house years ago. Heavy rain fell on my zinc like rocks. It was the first heavy rain in April. It was a mixture of rain and ice kinda. I stood up immediately and checked the time. It was 1 a.m. in the morning. Everywhere was cold. The rain had started suddenly and had made me jolt from my sweet sleep. Instead of dragging the blankets to go back to sleep, I decided to urinate first. I opened the door and walked out of the bedroom. I was heading for the bathroom. As I got closer, I heard water from my shower pouring. I knew I wasn't staying with anyone, so I opened the bathroom door. The whole bathroom was flooded with water. The channel where water was to run past had a bucket covering it. I turned off the shower and took off the bucket from the channel. I stood there looking and wondering how and when. I had turned on the shower and forgotten to turn it off. My bathroom window was open. I closed it as well. A heavy wind from outside was splashing rainwater through the window. I urinated and walked out of the bathroom to the kitchen. When I got to the kitchen, I found my pot of soup on the floor. The soup I had cooked that evening before going to bed. I shouted and looked around the kitchen in shock. This was not a rat. The window in the kitchen was not open. I had no cat around, so I kept wondering what must have made my soup pour. I knew something wasn't right. Filled with a mixture of shock, fear, and curiosity, I began to move around the house to check what the problem was. I walked to the toilet, bedroom, and the parlor. Just as I was about to walk out, I saw what looked like a giant palm in the show glass where I usually keep my perfumes. It was as if someone had dipped his hands in water and placed his palm on the show glass. This hand was slender and seemed to have claws because of the sharp marks on the glass I had seen. I know very well I usually lock the glass, but it was left open. The locks were removed. At that moment, I knew a demonic spirit had entered my house, and that demonic spirit had come through a portal. Using one of my perfumes as a channel, I began to examine the perfumes one after the other. It was the first time I was witnessing such strange occurrences in my house. It was also the first time I was seeing the use of portals by demons firsthand. I only had the knowledge about it and have heard stories of people who had seen a demon use a portal to gain access into their homes. All the perfumes were expensive perfumes. I had 13 perfumes in total. Some had come as gifts during my birthday, both from church members, fans, and some relatives. I opened the packs of the perfumes and brought them out one after the other. I began to examine them, noting every single detail on each bottle. When I got to the 11th bottle, I noticed steam inside the bottle. It looked like someone had breathed hot air inside of the perfume. It was the only perfume I had seen so far looking in such shape. I dropped it aside and quickly opened the remaining perfumes. I discovered none looked like that perfume I had seen. I took it and smelt it. There is something about portals you should know in that. Is why I shared this story to teach you how to handle cases like this if it ever happens to you. Someone would have thrown the perfume immediately after seeing such, but that would only complicate issues. When a demon enters a house through the door, it doesn't leave through the window. It leaves through the same door it had entered through. This is the same thing with my perfume that was used as a portal. I knew very well that the easiest way to chase the demon away was by being patient and allow it return to its portal then. I could pick it up from there. I picked up the perfumes and placed them back exactly as I had arranged them. Then I returned to my bed and pretended to be sleeping. Very early that morning, I heard my show glass shake. I quickly stood up and went to it. I opened it and picked out the exact perfume I had seen and ran outside with it. When I opened the perfume, I discovered that the transparent, colorless perfume I had seen earlier had changed to black. I didn't break the perfume. That demon would only escape. I wrapped it in for thick black nylon, added demon herbs to the nylon to stop the demon from escaping, and buried it in a bush far away from my house. And until someone else finds it and unties it, that demon would be trapped there forever. My name is Speed. I have the rare ability to see, feel, and communicate with strange beings without any harm.